lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass, excellent job. Way to knock it down.
Now Carr again. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
Here we go. Hold on, baby. Alert. Alert. Hold on, baby. Alert. Alert. Hey, we're going to rally. Rally. Zebra. Zebra. Hey, we're going to rally. Rally. Hold on, baby. Alert. Alert.
Carr now on 3rd and goal. Steps away to his left. He may try and run for this. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call? Yeah. We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Well, it hasn't been a whole lot of fun for Le'Veon Bell in this ball game, trying to find room to run the ball. I'm sure they're going to have to change some things up because he's so versatile. They've got to get the ball in his hands somehow and create some space because they're losing this game.
Well, defensively, you got to key in on Bell, make him the focal point to stop him, and they've been able to do that.
And he has gotten better every year he's been in the league, always adding something to his game, one of the premier runners in the NFL. There's no doubt about it. That's just one of the best connections in the league. Big Ben throwing it to Antonio Brown, and Antonio Brown has turned himself into such a player. A low-round draft pick, but you can't beat his determination or work ethic, and Big Ben welcomes that.
And Big Ben won a Super Bowl 23, youngest ever to do so, has never looked back. Charles, across the board this past Sunday, just looking league-wide, passing really reigned supreme. You had 8 receivers over 100 yards. Only 1 tailback, though, hit the century mark.
And you know I've been touting the running back renaissance for a while, right? You get tired of me talking about that at lunch. Like, okay, enough. And guess what? The passers and the catchers are still ruling the NFL. 8 wide receivers and 1 running back hit the century mark as receivers. And that was on Sunday. Spencer Ware doing that for Kansas City as the running back. Lamar Miller, the only tailback on the ground, going over 100 yards. So my running back renaissance may have to wait a little while.
But he locates Wheaton complete. A gain of 19 and picking up the first. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
He makes a wonderful play there off the corner, protecting his side of the field.
Oh, that reminds me of the great defenses of old, doesn't it? The Pittsburgh Steelers steel curtain. They would not let you get on the field if you could only do one thing. You had to be a complete guy, and you had to be able to tackle.
Now, I know I've said this before, but you know I wasn't alive when the steel curtain was played. I know them, but I just want to let you... Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. One receiver to the left is Cooper. Now after the INT, it's Carr. His throw incomplete. Switching gears here for a second, partner. A lot of nail-biters on Sunday around the league. In fact, a lot of the road teams were able to come out victorious.
So much for protecting home field advantage, which every team preaches about. Win all your home games, and that gives you a great chance to get to the playoffs. Think about it this way. Oakland over New Orleans, one of the better games of Sunday. How about Cincinnati going to the Jets and winning? That's a big win for the Bengals. The Giants at Dallas. Detroit at Indianapolis. A lot of people picking Indy to win the AFC South. And one of the trendier picks to make the playoffs, Jacksonville, they gave it a valiant effort, but Green Bay came in and beat them. And just think how close we were to getting some others. Carolina at Denver, Miami at Seattle, and San Diego, maybe the biggest surprise of the day, how well they played against Kansas City.
Now Carr throwing on second down, being chased out left. That one good for 10 yards. And that's going to make it third down and less than a yard.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Play clock winding down. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. So it'll be first down here after the run. They come out here in the eye. Now Carr with a give to Murray. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Only a yard on the gain there as time will run out on this third quarter of play. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Now they'll throw with Carr. Flushed out right. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive.
All right, here we go. 588. Wow, baby, alert, alert. Oh, baby, alert, alert. Check 25. Hey, we're going to rally. Rally. Crash.
And he goes in motion here in the backfield. To throw his Carr. Backing up. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And he's brought down. And after a good game. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. One receiver to the left is Cooper. Now Carr. A right side catch by Crabtree. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there? Swarming to...
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Latavius Murray taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play, end result, touchdown.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. Hauled in by Wheaton over the middle. And he's brought down. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is not with his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle. He can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
And this is caught by Martavis Bryant. And he'll be down deep into Oakland territory. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 44 yards. Brown, the lone receiver, left. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. Call it a gain of 3, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Roethlisberger will throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, and that is going to set up 3rd and goal. They gotta have 6 here. It's 3rd and goal. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. They gotta have 6 here. It's 3rd and goal. On 3rd and goal, Roethlisberger. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
Yeah, maybe a final chance to get on the scoreboard here. This is 4th and goal. Here we go. It's Roethlisberger, and this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the safety, Reggie Nelson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now Oakland ready to take the field. They're in a good spot. 2-possession game, barely, but a 2-possession game here late. Now they just have to put this game on ice.
Let's face it, right now, they're talking about ball security, taking care of it, not allowing anything crazy to happen.
There he goes, Amari Cooper. He's at the 40, past the 20. That all the way in. Touchdown.